Are you drawing blanks when you're thinking about how to have fun without alcohol? Well, I want to help you turn FOMO, fear of missing out, into JOMO, joy of missing out. What's up? I'm Magnify Maggie. I'm the creator of the Magnify Method, and I'm an alternative recovery coach as well as a harm reduction specialist. I created the Magnify Method to help you learn to think different in order to drink different or never again. We're gonna talk a lot about mindset and strategies to start making alcohol a non-essential. So make sure you subscribe because I'm gonna be dropping 2 videos per week, and let's go ahead and dive right in. I wanna paint a little picture for you. Going back to when I was stuck in my 15, almost 16 years of active addiction and dangerous binge drinking behavior, when I thought about going sober, cold turkey, or even just cutting back, I would literally see in my head me alone on a Friday night on the couch watching Titanic, crying into my Ben & Jerry's. But what I didn't know is that the experience could be the literal opposite of that. And now I love my solo, independent time, my time to progress and work on goals, and my time to be healthy and energized. First things first, when it comes to having fun without alcohol, let's go ahead and get some expectation management out of the way. I want you to expect that you're just gonna start having fun doing different things. If you continue to force yourself to go to the bar and hang out with people that are drinking and you're not allowing yourself to drink, that's not gonna be very much fun. So my first big piece of advice is to stick to your knitting and really find fun in being alone, becoming your best friend. It's probably been a while since you've been comfortable being by yourself because you're inhibited with all of these negative thoughts, guilt, shame, even just boredom and isolation. So really start to get back in tune with you. Big piece of that would be your internal narrative, how you talk to yourself. Begin now to practice talking really fun to yourself. Stop beating yourself up over everything. A lot of times we seek other people's company or distractions simply because we're not having a very good time in our inner world. And when you can learn to actually love yourself enough to like yourself, you start to have a lot more fun doing a whole lot of nothing. Now, once you are ready to get out and about and socialize and try new things with maybe some new different people, then there's a visualization activity that I want you to take part in. Remember that everything in our physical world starts right here. And that has a lot to do with your past drinking habits. You probably always saw yourself as being addicted, not having power, not having control. You might have even imagined vividly yourself at the end of the night drunk, blackout, making mistakes. So let's turn that on its head. Let's go ahead and practice visualizing how you want the night to go. How do you see yourself come 9 or 10 p.m.? Are you having fun? Are you laughing? Are you hanging out with people with a clear head and able to string together a sentence without slurring? Are you able to get up and walk to the bathroom without worrying that you're gonna trip and fall because you've had 3 shots in the past 10 minutes? When you start to visualize how you actually want your life to go, you're using a part of your mind that you probably haven't used in a while, your imagination. Imagine what you want to happen. I can almost guarantee that a lot of our negative behavior that you've been experiencing has been stemming from imagining what you don't want to happen. And that's part of the human nature. Our imaginations have been trained right out of us. So when we think about going out and having fun, we think about, oh, I don't want to get drunk. I don't want to be out of control. I don't want to be the embarrassing drunk party girl anymore. But what if you start to imagine who you could be in that social environment? Start to paint that picture for yourself because your subconscious mind will go to work on it. A lot of this imaginative exercise is going to impact your attitude. This is the magic word when it comes to personal development and getting new successful results. The power of attitude is magical. A lot of the times you can probably look back and see that you weren't having fun or you needed alcohol because your attitude was one of, I need alcohol to have fun. Your attitude was, I'm boring without it. I could never speak to people without alcohol. But what if you shifted your attitude and your perception of yourself to, I'm a social butterfly when I'm fun and free and clear-headed. Start practicing talking about different subjects. Start reigniting a passion for hobbies other than alcohol so that you have things to talk about when you start to see other people out and about. This starts to make things fun again. Remember our good old friend, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, saying, take your mind off of the problem and put it on the image you wish to create. So instead of rooting into this issue of there's no fun to be had without alcohol, root into the idea that alcohol actually gets in the way of fun, because then you're not being your authentic self. You're not able to even memorize or remember the night. You're not able to go forward and have genuine conversation. Something that you might notice now that you're cutting back or sober and going out and having fun, everybody that is drinking is literally just talking about drinking. But here's the amazing part. Now that you're not solely rooting into alcohol for fun, you're gonna be able to talk about things that actually interest you, things that pull at your heartstrings, things that you're passionate about, and things that drive you forward. So remember, when having fun, it's really up to you and your attitude. Say things to yourself like, I am such a fun and happy person without alcohol. To take it a step further, I want you to start taking initiative to get out there and find new, fun, exciting hobbies. It's not like we're 8 years old anymore and somebody's gonna come knocking at your door saying, hey, do you wanna come out and play? You have to go out there and make yourself available to new opportunities, new friendships, new relationships. A lot of people will say, well, I haven't made any new friends, but have you made the effort? Have you left your house? Have you smiled at strangers and maybe even given compliments to open up casual conversation? It's gonna feel awkward at first because you haven't practiced socializing without alcohol, without that social lubricant. But once you practice again and again, you're gonna give your mind that feedback it needs to know, I'm really good at socializing. And I have a million things to talk about that don't have anything to do with alcohol. Something that you could do right now is download the app Meetup, M-E-E-T-U-P. This is a place that no matter where you are in the country has groups devoted to just networking. And it's not all about drinking either. You can literally type in sober meetups. You can type in active meetups, sports meetups. There are even entrepreneurship meetups where these people are people that you can cultivate relationships with to create your very supportive and focused forward inner circle. And after all, if you look at the 5 to 6 people in your inner circle, they're gonna tell you where you're going in the next few months. So use that to make sure that you are on track and getting the support that you need socially as a human being with the human connection, so that you continue to think different in order to drink different or never again. All right, so let's wrap everything up in a nutshell so you can move forward with success. First off, remember that you have to like yourself. You have to love yourself, or else nothing is gonna be fun, no matter what you're doing. Second off, practice new things. I know it's gonna be awkward at first to go out and talk to new people, but figure out things that you wanna talk about, passions, hobbies, interests, even questions you could ask other people. And over time, with practice, you're gonna love socializing without alcohol. You're gonna notice that alcohol really gets in the way of all of that. And then lastly, remember to have that positive attitude, because your attitude towards the world dictates the world's attitude towards you. So I want to know which ones of these tips you're going to utilize first, and make sure that you subscribe too, so that you can see all of the education, the tips and tricks, the logistical things that I'm going to bring here for you to live successfully and make life fun again. So until next time, thank you so much for joining me here. Remember to think different in order to drink different, or never again.